An MPD officer who was dragged in the crowd and beaten and tased has some powerful words for lawmakers. Good evening. I'm Leslie Foster.
And I'm Lorenzo Hall. In an open letter, Officer Mike Fanone urged lawmakers to stop downplaying what happened on January 6th. He accuses them of being indifferent to him and his colleagues and calls those actions disgraceful. Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Flack is live from home tonight. And Flack, we know you've been in contact with Officer Fanone. What is he saying?
Hey, Zoe, he told me almost 4 months after this attack on the U.S. Capitol, January 6th, Officer Fanone is still dealing with the emotional as well as the physical scars. Now, he said he's not doing any on-camera interviews right now because of some family stuff he's got going on, but he did have a very clear and direct message he wanted to send to politicians in the form of this open letter that he asked us to share. In this one-page letter released to WUSA 9 Wednesday afternoon, addressed to all elected members of the United States government, D.C. Police Officer Mike Fanone writes about his ongoing struggles with what he experienced on January 6th and what he perceives as a lack of acknowledgement by politicians to properly honor the sacrifices of MPD officers who engaged in hand-to-hand combat in the tunnel of the U.S. Capitol to fight back the angry mob and keep them from entering the building. I struggle daily with the emotional anxiety of having survived such a traumatic event, Fanone writes, but I also struggle with the anxiety of hearing those who continue to downplay the events of that day and those who would ignore them altogether with their lack of acknowledgement. The indifference shown to my colleagues and I is disgraceful. In the letter, Fanone writes, I was pulled out into the crowd, away from my fellow officers, beaten with fists, metal objects, stripped of my issued badge, radio, and ammunition magazine, and electrocuted numerous times with a taser. In January, he spoke with WUSA 9 reporter Bruce LeShan about what he experienced.
I remember guys chanting, like, kill him with his own gun.
Fanone didn't offer specifics about what more elected officials should have done or be doing. But he writes, it has been 119 days since 850 Metropolitan police officers responded to the Capitol and stopped a violent insurrection. The time to fully recognize these officers' actions is now. Fanone, who declined to speak about his letter on camera, did send WUSA 9 this photo he took of MPD Commander Ramey Kyle giving commands to his officers in the midst of the battle. Hold the line, Fanone writes. It was one of the most inspirational moments of my entire life. Even as I write this, it brings me to tears. Of his fellow officers, Fanone added, I have never experienced such bravery, courage, and selflessness. We reached out to our contacts in the mayor's office, at MPD, even at City Council. No response to Officer Fanone's letter so far, so we will let you know if that changes.
Yeah, and it's really sad he has to even write this letter, Flack, considering what he went through and what we all saw play out that day. Eric Flack, thank you, my friend.